Good morning, it's Brian at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this really nice Honda Civic 1.6 diesel, and this is a sport model. We actually know this car very well. The first owner bought the car from us, has kept a full service history, and its second owner also kept a full service history with ourselves as well, so we know the car very well. It's in really nice condition and it's been well maintained throughout. In terms of features on the car on the outside, we'll have a quick look at that. We'll have a look at the inside. Starting off on the very front of the car, in 2015 there was a facelift on these cars, and this is the start of the facelift model, so it's got a much bigger, chunkier sort of area around here, which at the time when Type R was launched, this is the kind of bumper that was coming on it. The grille along the front here looks really cool because it's got this black section along here which is nice aggressive. And then if you look at the headlamps, they have these projector bulbs in through here, and then there's an LED big long daytime running light which also serves as a parking light as well. So the front of the car is really aggressive looking. If you compare this 2015 and then look at a similar car of 2014 or early 2015, you'll see that this one is really aggressive looking, so it looks really cool. The other thing as well is on the front of the car they will also have these parking sensors down here, so if you have some sort of object in front of you and you haven't seen it, at least this is going to give you a warning. If we move around to the back of the car, in 2015 again, with the facelift setup, they had a nice big black diffuser down along here. Up along here, the black section here, the rear window became privacy and tinted, and then over here there was also this spoiler which was not on previous models as well. This taillight also became a big long horseshoe sort of LED style through here. A lot of people ask about these guys here, which basically is Honda are so nerdy about fuel efficiency that the car itself, something like this, is all day long 70 plus miles per gallon, but we've people that are even getting into the 80s on these, and that genuinely, you know, I can put you in contact with people like that if you want. But the reason the fin is on the back, the engine is extremely frugal, but underneath there's basically long plastic sections which stop wind getting into awkward areas, and even that fin on the back has a purpose which is designed so airflow flows off the back of the car in the most aerodynamic fashion possible. So if you're looking for a car that's in this kind of segment and you were looking for fuel economy, you got to drive this, you got to try this, and you definitely got to consider this. This is one of the ones that's going to be probably, if not the most fuel efficient in that segment. Anyway, after that then, in terms of condition, let's have a look. The colour of the car is white orchid pearl, which is really super stunning, because it's not like a normal white. So if you look here, just as a comparison car, this is a white car, this is a solid white colour, whereas this is a pearl. What I mean by that is when you get up close to the paint, it's probably difficult to see at the moment because it's not that sunny today, but there's little sparkles and they just, I suppose, make the colour kind of pop overall. I hate that word pop, but it's kind of the only appropriate word I can use. So it is different to a normal white colour. Looks really nice, and I think actually Toyota have a similar sort of colour in their range too. Okay, in terms of condition, the front bumper is very nice. The bonnet is in nice condition. Now you'd expect that, the car is quite new, but the wing is in good condition. The wheel over here is in nice condition. The doors are in nice condition. One other thing, on 2015s they also, when they did the facelift, they put these nice little mouldings down low, and they actually protect the doors as well. Rear bumper is in excellent condition. All the lights and glass, as you'd expect, is crack free. All the way down this side of the car in nice condition too. That rear left hand wheel is in good condition. That rear right hand wheel is in good condition. This car is very recently serviced through ourselves, and yep, the front wheel is in good condition. Car is recently serviced through ourselves, and there was also some brakes done at the time, so it is ready to go. In terms of the boot on the inside, so both owners, actually, the first owner that had the car, he would have driven the car mostly by himself, so there's very little use on the boot or the back seats. Second owner, similarly, she had a very small commute to work, so again, this car is seeing very little wear. All around the boot is in really nice condition. There's a really deep boot in the Civic overall as well. It's got these handles either side just for closing down the boot depending what height you are. The cool thing is about these back doors, the door handles are hidden, but the doors open at a right angle, so it makes it really accessible if you want to get child seats or people in and out of the car. Child locks back here. This material all in really good condition. Rear electrics back through here, and then speaker down through there. This is a magic seat, which I can do one-handed. Apologies about the shaky camera work, but That means I can put something really tall and awkward in the back of the car, or similarly I can drop this and then I can drop down that and I get a nice load area in the back. So actually similar to a car style van once it's all the way down. I've got Isofix over here for child seats, I've got Isofix over there for child seats, I've got an armrest in the centre, I've got 3 head restraints and 3-point safety belts, and then for a bit of storage I've got a kangaroo pocket over there behind the passenger seat. In terms of the front of the car, previous owner put wind deflectors on the car. So over here, electrics for windows and mirrors. On the outside, headlights are automated. So it means then, we'll say if the lights are on at the moment, I can lock the car. Tell you what's cool actually, the fog lamps have a nice chrome surround there as well on the Sports in 2015. So I can lock the car and lights are still on at the moment. They will turn off any second. So it just means you can go into your house and your lights are still on, great. Then you can come back out of the house and hit the unlock button and you can basically arm your lights. If you watch the windows, I can hold down my button here and my windows will drop. And then similarly, if I hit the lock button, my wing mirrors and my windows retract. So it means when you're walking away from the car, you have a pretty damn good idea if you've locked it or not. Alarm is standard. Up through the centre, there is sensors in here for automatic lights. Like what we saw, automatic wipers when it rains, and then there's a full forward crash prevention system, so it's always looking forward for anything that you haven't spotted, and if it detects under 32 kilometers an hour you're going to impact an object, then it will intervene and try and stop you using the brakes. Seat is in excellent condition, as is the passenger seat. There's my phone, I was looking for that. The steering wheel is leather, the gear knob is leather, and both are in really excellent condition. I know this looks really bad, but I'm just using it because my feet are filthy. So, in terms of the inside of the car, get that underneath my feet. Okay, so first thing is I open up the armrest and I've got some spare lug nuts. Okay, I've got USB, HDMI if I want to play video, and then I've got a 12 volt outlet in here. I've got another 12 volt outlet. No, I don't, that's a big fat lie, sorry. Oh, I do, yeah. 12 volt outlet in through here. More storage in there for drinks holders, and you can cover this over as well. The sun is starting to come out there, so I'm going to start up the car for a second while we're at it. If I crank over the car, I can move forward. It's just this camera doesn't do well with the sun. Actually, this camera doesn't do well with anything as far as I can see. We've got to get a new one. Okay, up here, this is telling me that I got a wall in front of me. And then if I go for reverse, I've got a Mercedes parked behind me, so I'm going to go towards that. And again, it's telling me up here I got a problem, and then obviously we can see behind me that I do have a problem, and those lines are dynamic depending which way I am facing. And then after that, if I move out of the sun over here, okay, so if I'm sitting in the car, the view that I have is looking forward. My clock's down here. I've got an engine revolution counter. I've got my temperature, fuel, speed, blue lights either side change to green when I'm driving economically. iMate up here, which I control off this, is telling me things like average speed, fuel efficiency, time, all that kind of stuff. I've got my Honda Connect system in through here, which has loads of functionality. Phone, it's touch and swipe, so it's really easy to use. Audio, where music comes from, trip information, general settings, app center if I want to download apps. AHA, which is internet style radio, and then I've got things like Google and all that stuff, and then I've also got an internet browser in through here and other Android functionality. So a million gazillion things on that radio, all very easy to use. Headlights are automated, we talked about. Wipers are automated, and I've got an Econ button over here, which when I turn it on, reduces how aggressive the cruise control is, how aggressive the air conditioner is, and it's also giving me these 2 blue lights here as feedback to tell me if I'm driving economically or not. Heating controls are dual zone, so different temperatures on each side of the car. I've got auto stop start, front and rear windscreen demisters with wing mirrors that also demist. Bluetooth is in through here, and then controls we were talking about up through there as well. I'm going to turn that down. Safety wise, driver, passenger, side airbags in the seats and curtains up high, and then we've got steel bars for side impact protection. And then after that we've also got, it's a really cool looking Merc, that actually, an E-Class Coupe. And then after that we also have electronic brake assist, emergency brake distribution, anti-lock brakes, loads and loads of safety features overall. The car's in really nice condition, so if this is a car that you are interested in, I definitely think that you won't be disappointed with condition of the car and previous history and all that kind of stuff, and I think it's well priced as well. So if you are somebody that's looking for a car that's well equipped, that looks nice, and guess what? They're not everywhere as well. That's what I like about them. And again, they're not the cheapest car on the market in this segment, but there is a reason. They're definitely one of the most fuel efficient. They're very well equipped. And you know what's great about these cars? There's loads and loads of power. 120 horsepower, which is a car that has 300 newton meters of torque. And the reason I'm saying that is because there's loads of cars in the market that are 1.6 diesel in around this segment, and most of them have about 110, 115 horsepower. There's different models, obviously, but a lot of them, that's the kind of industry average. This one's 120, which again, okay, is on paper, you know, it's relatively normal, but there's 300 newton meters of torque. What I mean by that is when you put your foot down, I actually don't know too many cars in this market without going into the sportier segment of the market where you get the kind of response level that you get in these. I'll just show you here. Okay, so just driving the car in normal parameters. Let's start off first gear. And I'm not really pushing the car very hard. Sorry about the poor camera work, it's just a chest harness that I use and it's absolutely rubbish, so I've got to get something better. But hopefully that gives you an idea of what the car is like in terms of acceleration. I think, look, the best thing is come drive it yourself. You'll see I never get people getting out of these cars that are disappointed by power, considering the segment of the market that they're looking at here. So as we were saying, this car is now available for sale. We are a Honda garage in Kildare. We're about 30 minutes south of Dublin. We're about 3 minutes from the Kildare Village shopping outlet. So if you want information on the car, 086 The garage is based in Kildare. It's a family run business in operation for almost 70 years. And we have garages in Carlow and also Tullamore and also Naas between the different brands as well. So, but if it's Honda, you got to come to Kildare town here. Brian is my name, 086 I've been here for over 10 years, so I'd like to be able to think that I can help no matter where you are in the country. So we can do finance on a car like this, and we call every single type of trade and we can take against a car like this. So hopefully the car is of interest, and thank you for taking time to watch.